Now, from the Vance Law Firm Sports Desk, here's the latest look at sports.
And welcome into sports from the Vance Law Firm Sports Desk. I'm Chris Adams-Wall. Hi, I'm here with Olympic gold medalist Suni Lee. Suni, thanks for joining us.
Yes, of course.
So, obviously, you put on quite a show in Tokyo. Your life's a little bit different now, though. You're involved in some other activities. What has life been like post the Olympics?
It's definitely been crazy. I mean, nobody expected me to win the gold medal, so my life kind of turned around overnight.
And for the first time in 22 years, the Atlanta Braves are heading back to the World Series.
And back with me tonight is Chris Adams-Wall. Chris.
Yeah, and we start with a game we're very familiar with, Adam. Trinity at Montgomery Academy. They met in the playoffs a year ago, and earlier this season, Trinity beat the Eagles 18-15.
Sports reporter Chris Adams-Wall joins us live in studio with the latest.
Yeah, that's right, Jerome. According to CBS and ESPN, Auburn quarterback Bo Nix is out for the remainder of the season. But a horrible weekend for the Auburn Tigers. Not only did they lose that game with the 25-point lead to Mississippi State, but they also lose Bo Nix for the season. Where do they go from here?
Yeah, it's a tough week, Chris. You're right.
Thanks, Jerome. Well, the 86th Iron Bowl is officially in the books, as you said. And I think I speak for everyone when I say that nobody, not anybody, saw this coming. This game was insane. To Jordan-Hare Stadium, where the unranked Auburn Tigers were trying to pull off an upset for the ages against Bryce Young and number 3 Alabama. If I'm a Tide fan, that's what I call a little too close for comfort. Donald Hill-Ely and the Alabama State Hornets were in Mississippi to take on Deion Sanders and the Jackson State Tigers. Primetime's on a bike. Check that out. The last time the Braves were in the World Series, we were more familiar with Smart House than we were smartphones, but no matter. It's time to cue up Prince and party like it's 1999. And how about Atlanta sports, Jerome? And Alabama survives. They win it 20-14. Next up for the Tide, New Mexico State, the rivalry next weekend. That Falcons-Saints game got a little dicey for Atlanta. They were up 24-6, and all of a sudden, it's looking like that Super Bowl against the Patriots again. Tell your girlfriends you'll be free next Friday was the Trinity message to the Eagles before the game. Early second quarter now, and it's Nix on a bootleg. Hey, what's the deal with Luke Deal? His first touchdown catch of the year, and it was 21-3 Tigers. Today, unfortunately, was kind of a slower day in the world of sports. Not a whole lot going on, so hopefully we'll be able to find some content for you. I'm just kidding. Alabama, Georgia, the SEC Championship. Let's go to Atlanta. From beautiful Mercedes-Benz Stadium for the matchup everyone has been waiting for. Following drive, Bryce Young over the middle to Jameson Williams and go Gadget Jets. Arkansas responded with the touchdown to make it 10-7, but shortly thereafter, Young throws it deep and bartender. How about some Jameson? Williams, that is, 79 yards for the score. And the Tide lead was back to 10 at 17-7. Cincinnati fans fired up, hoping for an upset, but this game would only make them upset. And our very own Adam Solomon is going to be one happy camper today because his Detroit Lions have finally won a game. Jared Goff's last-second touchdown pass beat the Minnesota Vikings 29-27 and handed Detroit its first win since December 6th of 2020. Almost 364 days ago, Jerome.
That's a long time.
That's about a year,
man. So I know Adam is at home celebrating.
I know he is. That's why he has the day off today.
He joins us now from Buffalo Wild Wings. Hey, Chris.
Thanks, Janae. I'm down here at Buffalo Wild Wings, and I'm talking with Alex, who's going to be watching the big game tonight. Alex is an Alabama fan, kind of a football fan, but you're going to have it on here, so I got to know, who you got, Alabama or Georgia?
Alabama.
And why?
Because it's Roll Tide all day.
It's pretty easy, right? If you had to pick the best player of the game or the guy who's going to make the big play for Alabama, who would you say?
Whoever. I don't know none of them.
So maybe not as big an Alabama fan as we thought. Who's your player of the game, though?
Saban. I like him. I like his decisions.
The head coach is going to win player of the game. Last chance for Alabama. 1:09 to go. Young going deep, but it's intercepted by Kelee Ringo. Star of the moment. Shortly thereafter, Sharonica Hartsfield, give me that. Big steal by the freshman, and the Oklahoma City native thunders down the court and puts it in, plus the foul. Kickoff is slated for 7:15 when it is supposed to be a balmy 7 degrees with some wind. Sounds pretty good, eh, Jerome? And Wendell Green Jr. from Tupelo got them all shook up on that one, and Auburn was within 3. Moments later, Ole Miss driving. Kessler says, "Ish, don't think so." Back the other way comes Green, and again. This time from Yazoo City. Another three-pointer. And Auburn had the lead back finally, 55-53. And, of course, Jerome, we got Cowboys-Niners on over there, and not looking so good for Big D right now. Again.
Well, the Cowboys are who we thought they were so far, Chris. So thanks, Chris.
You got it.
Here's Alabama News Network Sports Director Adam Solomon.
And welcome into sports from the Vance Law Firm Sports Desk. I am not Adam Solomon. So, Darryl, how about that half-court shot by Wendell Green Jr.? I know you used to play basketball back in the day, way back in Los Angeles. Did you ever hit a shot like that?
No. And it was just all swish, too.
To the Plains we go. Several students camped outside the arena last night, and Tigers head coach Bruce Pearl was all about it. And it might have been chilly outside, but it was heating up indoors. We picked things up early first half, 4-4 game. Zep Jasper to KD Johnson. And the sophomore out of Atlanta buries it, and the Tigers were up 7-4. Johnson couldn't help but salivate. And that set up this. Evan McPherson, the rookie kicker, with a 52-yard field goal to send the Bengals to their first AFC championship since 1988, when I was a 1-year-old. Finally, round 2 of the NFL playoffs continued on Sunday, so you know what that means. Tom Brady was out for blood, literally. Nobody makes him bleed his own blood. Nobody. NFL playoffs. Can you get enough of it? And after 3 confounding days of is he or isn't he, we finally got official word today from the man himself. Tampa Bay Buccaneers quarterback Tom Brady is retiring. Having grown up in New England as a New York Jets fan, Brady has personally haunted my dreams since I was in 8th grade. Over the last 22 years, he showed us how to pass, he showed us how to lead, he showed us how to bounce back, and he showed us how to dedicate one's life to a vocation. But above all else, Tom Brady showed each and every one of us just what's possible when you simply believe in yourself. And it's just like we predicted, Rams and Bengals. That'll do it for sports. Back to you. Chris Adams-Wall back here at Troy University, and today we're talking with new Troy head football coach Jon Sumrall. John, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So we know that you've been at Kentucky for the last 3 years. You were co-defensive coordinator this year. But before that, you were here at Troy as an assistant, and now you're back as the head coach. Tell us, how did this all come together, and why was the timing perfect to come back to Troy?
Yeah, that's a good question. You know, at the time at the University of Kentucky, I was not necessarily looking for what was the next opportunity. I was very content, very happy with what we were building there, and I've had a great experience in my time there. It was going to take something special to get me to leave. This opportunity presented itself, and going through the interview stage and different stages of that process, it started to align that maybe this was the right fit at the right time. There were some questions I had to make sure it was right, because I wanted it to be a good fit for both sides. And this place means a lot to me and my family, and so it was a great situation.
And describe how special the opportunity is. I mean, here we are, and the backdrop is the last game that you coached here at Troy, the New Orleans Bowl, with Neil Brown, where you guys had a lot of success during your time here and Neil's time here. But what does it mean to you to be back here at Troy?
It's a very special opportunity. This place, football matters here. You know, there's some places that football is maybe an afterthought. The standard and expectation of Troy football is to compete for conference championships. And that's not easy. It takes a lot of hard work and it takes a lot of sacrifice. And hopefully we can get there in short order, but we're going to do it the right way. And our goal is to compete for conference titles.
And finally, I'm sure you haven't been asked this yet today. What can Troy fans expect from a Jon Sumrall-led Troy football program?
Yeah, I'm going to bring energy, passion, enthusiasm every day. That's something I'm convinced that if you're not fired with enthusiasm, you're going to get fired with enthusiasm. So for us, we want to every day for people to know that we're going to have a sense of urgency, and we're going to attack every day. And we expect them to do the same. We need the Troy fans to go all in and commit to getting this right with us. That means in the fall, show up early, be louder in the games, and stay late. And so we need everybody's best effort to get this thing back to where we want it to be.
All right, well, Jon Sumrall, thanks so much for taking the time, and best of luck to you in the upcoming football season.
Thank you, buddy.
Back to you.
Thank you, Chris, and we'll be right back.